you have been intimidated at the thought of a decal installation, we have the perfect solution for you. We've launched our new blueprints, which are going to give you a step-by-step tutorial on some of our most liked rooms on Instagram. This particular one is our Bohemian palms, and we're going to show you step-by-step how to get the exact look. I'm going to take our blueprint, I'm going to tape it right where I can see it, and it's going to guide me through this entire installation. Here is a full order of Bohemian palms. It consists of 3 separate pages, and each page is cut in half. So you're gonna get a ton of decals for your installation to get some really good room coverage. This is where you're gonna lay it out, and you're gonna compare it with your blueprint. I'm seeing this kind of circular palm front, and that is where I see that as well. So I'm going to put that aside, and I think just laying this out is going to be the most helpful. I've laid out a lot of the panels on the ground, and now I'm just going to use a Sharpie. You can use a pen, and we're just going to start using the numbers from our little guide here to number these palms. Once we have our numbers in place, it's going to be really easy to know which palm goes where. I cut around each decal. Doesn't have to be perfect, just get close to it without cutting the decal itself. Number 12. A lot of these little filler orchids and smaller pieces, you don't have to necessarily number because they replicate each other, so I'll put those in their own pile. Now that my palms are all cut and numbered and ready to go, I'm going to reference my blueprint, and I'm going to start from the top where it says 1, 2. I can see here that the pampas gets layered under the second palm, so I'll just go look through my piles and find those, and I'm going to start taping them up on the wall for installation. You may find that the height of your wall is different than the blueprint to which you're matching it, so in that case you might have to vary a little bit from the blueprint. Before I press down on the entire decal, I will tape it up there in order to give myself the space I need to apply any pampas or leaves that are supposed to be coming out from underneath. I can always flap down for reference and adjust as needed. I generally like to take the tape off in little pieces, that way it can avoid bubbles and pressure from the decal lifting off the wall. And then I will layer this blue one under this tan one. If you ever rip your decal, don't worry. I've done it 100 times and no one would be any wiser. All you have to do is not panic. You just have to kind of put it together, smooth it over with your thumbnail, and no one would ever notice but you. When we're wrapping up an install, it's just helpful to look at the space as a whole and see if there's any spaces or holes left that need a little bit more wall coverage. In this case, we have a ton of extra orchids, so I'm just going to group them together They're a sticker and self-adhesive, so you honestly could just stick them to each other. Find a space that needs a little bit of extra wall coverage and space and place them in that way. We've wrapped up our Bohemian palm install with the guide of our blueprint, and we love how it turned out. I found it super helpful to give us the number rundown, and it was just a really easy guide. You might want it to deviate a little bit or change it up based on your decor or the size of your wall, but it really was a helpful guide to know how everything is spaced. So this is our install. I hope you loved it. If you have a photo that you want us to replicate, let us know in the comment section. Subscribe, like, let us know your feedback, and we'd love to do more of these.